Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to build these townhouses. So they all have a similar layout. The first floor of each one has a living room, dining room, and kitchen. The second floor has a bedroom and bathroom, and some of them also have a closet. And then the third floor also has another bedroom and bathroom. So each townhouse has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Here's the plot size. If you want all 3 townhouses, then from left to right you're going to need 49 blocks, and from front to back you're going to have 32 blocks. You can see how I made sure to divide each townhouse. They are all going to be the exact same size, so just make sure in between the lines, from left to right, you should be able to count 15 spaces of grass. So real quick, let's just pay attention to the right side. I'll be sure to explain it again in a different way. So in between those 2 lines, just make sure you still see 15 spaces of grass. And then we have the middle space, so in between those 2, once again there's going to be 15 spaces. And then all the way towards the left, once again another 15 spaces of grass that you should still be able to see in between the 2 lines. So everything is symmetrical and all the same exact size. I'm going to be starting over here at the right side, so this is going to be the townhouse that's mainly made up of the wooden blocks and the cyan terracotta. So go ahead and grab some stripped spruce logs, stone bricks, cobblestone, stone brick stairs, cobblestone stairs, cyan terracotta, spruce wood stairs, spruce wood slabs, and dark oak wood slabs, dark oak fence, black stained glass panes, and dark oak wood stairs. You can start with your stripped spruce log. I'm gonna head all the way over here towards the right side. We're gonna start at this corner, and including this block, just work your way towards the back until you're on the 9th block. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now with the stripped spruce log, you could go ahead and bring up a pillar of 27. So there we go, that is pretty much how tall the entire townhouse is going to be. Now let's start marking out the foundation for the building first. So I'm just going to start out with the stone bricks, and we'll be sure to go back and add the extra texture later. I just want to make sure to mark everything out first. So, with your stone brick, you just want to go here towards the left side of this pillar we placed. Make sure to work your way towards the back by 1 block, so you're right along from the corner of it. And we're going to work our way towards the left until we're right up against the line over there. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we're just right up against the yellow concrete here. Now on top of this, let's place 1 more layer. So this is just a little foundation for the building. Now, go ahead and switch to your cyan terracotta, and you can just go ahead and fill in all of the other space until you still see 3 spaces of the stripped spruce logs. So we'll bring this all the way up. And we're going to be, there we go actually, we're going to leave these 3 spaces of the stripped spruce logs. So you could just go ahead and fill in all the rest of the space here, up until that height with the cyan terracotta. And there we go, so now that's all just a solid wall of the cyan terracotta. Now switch back to the stripped spruce logs. We're going to go on top of the cyan terracotta, and we're just going to place 2 strips going straight across from one side to the other here at the top. So I'll just place 1 right there for now, and then just sideways ones straight across. We'll go ahead and fix this one. And now on top of this, we'll have 1 more layer. And then we'll fix this again. And there we go, this is what we have so far. Now, go ahead and grab the dark oak wood stairs and slabs. We're going to go back up here at the top. Lined up here at the 2nd layer of the stripped spruce logs, we'll start with the dark oak wood stair. And we're just going to place these upside down. And we're going to skip over 1 space. So pretty much just on every other space, we're going to have the upside down dark oak wood stair like that. Now all of the other spaces we're going to fill in with dark oak wood slabs. So this is part of the overhang for the roof. And now switch back to your dark oak wood stairs. We're going to line up here where this pillar is, just one block above where we just placed these. And we're going to bring upside down dark oak wood stairs just straight across from one side to the other. Like that. And now on top of that, we're going to have another layer of the dark oak wood slabs. And there we go. That is the overhang for the roof. Now switch back to your cyan terracotta. We'll head on over here towards the right side, right behind the pillar. We're going to fill in this entire side with a solid wall of the cyan terracotta. So we'll start over here. We're going to go all the way down at the bottom. And we're just going to bring it all the way back until we meet up at the edge of the plot size. So starting right here, it's going to be 23 spaces. So we could go ahead and just bring it up to the same height as the pillar. And there we go. We filled in this entire side. Now we'll go here at the back side. We're going to be doing the same thing. And we're just going to line up where the front is. So it's going to be right next to the edge of this line here. So we're going to be right on top of it here at the back side. Just right here on this block. We'll work it all the way to there. And I will just fill in all of this for the back. There we go. All of that is filled in. And we'll go ahead and do this side as well. So just right along here in between these two walls. So there we go, it's all at the same height. Now let's continue with the cyan terracotta, and we're just going to fill in the entire roof. So we're just going to stick with the same layer that we brought everything else up to. So just right here, we'll go ahead and start filling it all in. And just work your way all the way towards the back. And real quick, let's make sure to switch to some dark oak wood slabs. We're going to add an extra layer just right here. And there we go, that's all I really wanted to do. Now let's continue filling the rest of this in with the cyan terracotta. So we pretty much have the shell of the building all marked out and looking good. Now, we want to go ahead and start adding all of the detail here at the front side. So all of the windows, the doorway, and we have to add more texture for the foundation part there. So for the foundation, I'm going to use the cobblestone block. Maybe just add one right there. And that's about it. Now, let's go ahead and switch to the cobblestone stairs and the stone brick stairs, and we're going to replace all of the stone brick here. So, we're going to have a section of 3 all curving together right here. Well, it's going to be pretty much 6, because there's 2 layers. But, we'll go ahead and have a stone brick stair like that. We can maybe have a cobblestone one above it. We'll have another cobblestone one there, maybe a stone brick one there, and then maybe another stone brick, and how about another? So we just have all of these curving together right here. Now we're going to have a set of 8 right here. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing. So we'll maybe have cobblestone, stone brick there. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. Like that. So we have this section which is 6. We have this section right next to it which is 8. And now we're going to have another section of 6 right here. Like that. And now this part right here is going to be where the little staircase and the doorway is going to be. So we really don't have to worry about doing anything here. We could go ahead and just fill it in, but it's going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter what we actually have here. So now let's go ahead and start marking out the doorway and all of the windows. So for the rest of this front side, we're going to continue using these stripped spruce logs. And then we're going to be using the spruce wood stairs, spruce wood slabs, black stained glass panes, and dark oak fences. So we'll start down here where the front door will be. We're going to leave one space of the cyan terracotta down here at the bottom, so we're going to be on the second layer. And then you just want to leave 2 spaces here at the right side, so we're going to be on this 3rd space. We're going to carve out 2. We're going to bring it up, so it's a total of 3 in height. So we have a total of 6 spaces here. You could go ahead and grab your black stained glass panes. We'll go here at the right side, just fill in 3 like that. We'll curve out the bottom and the top, and then the middle space will be a dark oak fence for the handle of the door. And then right above that, we'll carve out these extra 2 spaces and add 2 upside down spruce wood stairs. So we have the doorway marked out. Now we just have to add the little overhang, kind of like a small little roof above the door. So we're going to have 2 more upside down spruce wood stairs like that. We'll have a sideways one on each end. We'll have 2 slabs above the upside down ones here, and then a slab underneath the sideways ones. So there we go, that's just a little overhang for the doorway. And now all we have left to do are all of the windows. So make sure you have your stripped spruce logs. We're going to leave 2 spaces of the cyan terracotta here at the bottom, and then also 2 spaces here from the left edge of the doorway. So we're going to carve out a block right here. We'll bring it up by 4 in height. We'll skip over this. You know what? We'll go ahead and delete this as well, since that will be deleted anyway. And then we'll delete this space here. But we're going to go ahead and just fill in each side with the logs like this, just straight up and down. We'll just leave the middle space empty for now. And then we'll go ahead and skip over 1 space. And then we'll start here, carve out another 3. So we're going to be left with 2 spaces here at the left. And then we'll go ahead and just bring this all the way up to the same height. Fill this in on each side. So now we have the 2 windows marked out right there for the first floor of the townhouse. So now we have to do the second floor here. So there's going to be 3. And then the 3rd floor here, there's going to be another 3. So we're going to go ahead and just line up where these 2 already are. We're going to skip over 3 spaces of the cyan terracotta. So we're going to be on this 4th space. We're going to carve out another 4. And then we'll go ahead and just mark out where this window is going to be. So just like that, 3 spaces in between them. We'll do the same thing right here. And then we're going to skip over 1 space and have another one here, leaving 2 spaces at this right side. And now, exactly what we just did here for this 2nd floor, we're going to do 1 more time here for the 3rd floor. So there we go, we have all those marked out. Now let's add the extra detail. So switch to your spruce wood stairs. We're going to have an upside down one at the top in between all of these stripped logs. And then you could go ahead and fill in all the rest of the space with the black stained glass paints. And then underneath each window, we're going to switch to the spruce wood stairs and just curve 3 of them all together, so they're all upside down and curving together like that. Okay, so we have all that. Now at the top, we're going to have a sideways one on each end, and then an upside down one in the middle. And now the final thing I want to do is switch to the dark oak fences and just place 4 of these on each side right in front of the stripped logs. Just adds an extra little feature to the windows, so it'll be looking like that. And there is actually one more thing I want to do, which I actually forgot about. So go ahead and grab some of the spruce wood planks. And you can see this little block of the cyan. I want to go ahead and just replace that with the spruce wood planks, so it flows better with this little extra feature that we have here. It just looks a lot nicer instead of having a random space of the cyan block. Just like that. I'll go ahead and do that real quick for all the other spaces, and then we'll also be sure to add the rest of the dark oak fences. And there we go. So what I'm going to do for now is just leave it at that for this building. We still have to add the staircase and the walls and the little front yard that we have here, but for the actual building itself, we're going to leave it at that for now. And we're going to head on over to the next one. So right here down the middle is going to be that brick and quartz one. So let me go ahead and gather up all the blocks for that next. So I gathered up the blocks we're going to be using for the middle townhouse. So it's going to be the brick and quartz one. So be sure to grab some andesite, polished andesite, andesite stairs, and polished andesite stairs, pillar quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz block, and smooth quartz slabs. And then some granite, bricks, iron bars, black stained glass panes, lanterns, dark oak fences, and some jungle leaves. So make sure to start with your pillar quartz block. We're going to go right here towards the corner of this first townhouse. So we're going to be right on top of the edge of the plot size here. And we're going to bring up a pillar of the pillar quartz blocks by 27. So right there. And now you can just line up and work your way over towards the other side. So just go straight across. And just right on top of the edge of the plot size here, we'll bring up another pillar of 27. And there we go. So now we have those marked out. We could go ahead and start marking out the foundation and the rest of the wall. So I'll just start with the andesite first. It's going to be similar to what we did here. I'll just go ahead and completely fill it all in. So we're going to be back one block away from the pillar. So just from the corner of it. Bring a strip straight across from one side to the other. Go ahead and have an extra layer on top of that. And then all of the other space, working your way all the way up to the same height as the pillars, we're going to fill it in with granite and bricks. I'll go ahead and completely fill it in with the bricks first, and then we'll go back and cut out extra holes and add extra texture with the granite. And I actually just remembered there is going to be a couple layers up here with the full blocks of the smooth quartz. I went ahead and just filled it all in anyway, but let's go ahead and do that real quick. So we have that all filled in. I'm going to start marking out the little overhang for the roof now. So with your smooth quartz blocks, you could go ahead and just replace the 2 layers of the bricks here at the top. Just like that. And now, let's grab the smooth quartz slabs and the stairs. So we'll start with the stairs. We're just going to go in between the pillars here at the top. And on every other space, we'll have an upside down smooth quartz stair. So it's going to be the same design that we did for the wooden overhang over here. And now go ahead and switch to the slabs. Fill all this in. And then we'll switch to the smooth quartz stairs. I'm just going to place one right here like that. And then just one upside down. We could just delete that, so that was like a temporary one. And so we'll go ahead and add the overhang right here. So just lined up where each pillar is like that. And now on top of these stairs, we'll have a layer of smooth quartz slabs. And there we go. So this, as you can see, is a little bit taller than this one. I wanted to make sure to do that. I thought it just gave the buildings a bit of a more realistic look. So instead of having everything at the same exact height, I felt like that just looked a little too simple and basic. But adding different levels to each of the buildings, I thought just made it look cooler. So there we go. That's where that one's going to be. So now, where we have all of this brick, we're going to go back with the granite. And we're just going to pretty much cut out a bunch of random spaces and kind of even it out between the granite and the bricks. So I'll see you guys once I have all of this cut out and replaced. There we go. I added the extra texture with the granite. Now let's go ahead and fix the foundation. So we'll look over here at this right side. We'll go ahead and replace one of these regular andesite blocks with a polished one, like that. And then we're going to have the same thing that we did over there. So we're going to have a section of 3, or pretty much like a section of 6 with the stairs. So we'll maybe start with a andesite one there. We'll have the polished one, another polished, maybe another polished there, regular one, and another regular. So we have the section of 6, and then we're going to have the section of 8. And now let's have another section of 6. And there we go. And once again, this right here is going to be covered up with a staircase for the doorway. Now, we just have to mark out where all of the windows and the doorway is. Actually, first, let's go ahead and fill in all of the sides, the back, and the top. So I'm just going to be using brick. We're not going to be adding any extra texture, because for the sides, it's just going to be covered up. It's not going to be seen. And here at the back side, I would recommend maybe adding another set of townhouses here at the back. So the back side of this townhouse will be up against the back side of the set of townhouses you could have here. That'll be up to you. Otherwise, this is just going to be completely solid. There's not going to be anything here. But I think it would be cool to have another set of townhouses here at the backside. So if you were to have some townhouses here, you could then have a street right here in front of these ones. And then you'll have another street up here at the front side. But that'll be up to you. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use the bricks. And we're just going to bring this back, lined up where the pillar is. We're going to bring it back to the edge of the plot size. We'll go ahead and fill all this in here. And then we're right on top of the plot size here. We'll go ahead and fill all this in. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring that all the way up to the same height. We'll bring it up to the same height as right here. So now we have all of the walls filled in. And now with your smooth quartz blocks, I'm going to go ahead and have 2 layers on top of all of the brick here. So just to this height here for now. And then we'll do the same thing here at the back side. And for this section here as well. And now we just want to go ahead and add an extra layer on top of all of this. And then that'll be pretty much where the roof is. So it'll be up here at this layer. So like that. And then we'll go ahead and fill all of this space in. So all of that is now filled in, looking good. We'll head on back up to the front side. We just have to add all of our windows and the doorway, and then the main exterior for this building will be done. So for the rest of this building, we're going to be using the smooth quartz stairs, blocks, and slabs, and then some black stained glass panes, iron bars, dark oak fences, lanterns, and some jungle leaves. Let's go ahead and mark out the doorway first. So we're going to leave the one space here above the andesite. So we're going to be on the second layer. We're also going to leave 2 spaces here at the right side. So we'll carve out 2 like that. Bring it up another 2 layers. Well, actually, we'll do 3 layers. So it's a total of 8 spaces. Here at the top, we'll have the upside down smooth quartz stairs like that. We have our black stained glass panes at the right side. We'll curve out the bottom and the top. The space in the middle will be a dark oak fence for the handle. And then let's go ahead and grab the smooth quartz stairs. We'll have 2 more upside down there. We'll have a sideways one on each end. We'll have 2 slabs on top. And then underneath, we're going to hang down some lanterns. So have a dark oak fence. And then the lantern underneath that. And there we go. That's it for the front door. Now we just have to mark out all the windows. We're going to start out with the smooth quartz blocks. So we're going to have 2 spaces away from the foundation at the bottom, and then another 2 spaces away from the left side of the doorway. So we're going to carve out a block right here. It's going to be 3 in height. And then we'll go ahead and do another section here and one more. And then on each side, we'll just have 3 spaces of the smooth quartz blocks. We'll skip over 1 space, and we'll cut out this next section. So we have the 2 windows here for the first floor of the house. Now lined up with these, you just want to go ahead and skip over 5 spaces. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you're going to be on the 6th block. And we're going to carve out the next window here. We're going to skip over the 1, carve out another, skip over 1, and carve out 1 more. So we're going to be left with 2 spaces here away from that pillar. And now, what we just did here for the 2nd floor, we're also going to be doing for the 3rd floor. And then we just have to add all of our smooth quartz blocks. So there we go, we have all those marked out. Now underneath each window, we're going to have a little decorative balcony. So you could grab your full blocks of the smooth quartz, and we'll just place one like that, lined up where the opening is, just right underneath. We're going to do that for every other window. And then you can also go ahead and replace this block here with a smooth quartz block. And now on each side of that full block, we'll go ahead and have an upside down smooth quartz stair. And then in each corner, we'll have a slab. So it's like that. We'll go ahead and do that for every other window. And now let's go ahead and have some iron bars along the outer edge, just like that. And now, above each window, I'm going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to have an upside down smooth quartz stair, just like that. And then we'll have a sideways one on each end. We'll go ahead and have a slab above that. And then we have to replace the block right there with a full block of smooth quartz. And now what I'm going to do, this is what makes it a little bit different than normally what I would do. So each window I would normally leave the exact same. So like how this one looks, I didn't add any slabs underneath like that. But what I'm going to do is mix it up a bit. So I'm going to have some windows like this with some slabs. And some of the other windows I'm just going to leave without it. So I think it'll just add a little bit of an extra feature to it. Just kind of mix them up a bit. And let's go ahead and replace this block here. And then we'll add the same design. So we have the upside down stair in the middle, the sideways ones on each side, the slab on top. And I'm not going to add any slabs underneath for that one. So I'm going to continue doing that for the rest of the windows. So maybe just add some slabs for some of them, no slabs for the others, just mix it up a bit. So I'll leave it like that, I think that's cool. And now let's go ahead and fill each window in with the black stained glass paints. So there we go, we have this all filled in, looking good so far. The final thing I want to do is just add some jungle leaves. So maybe up here in between these windows, we could just add a few leaves. So a little something like that. I'll go ahead and have another one right around here. So maybe something like that. And then I'll have one more right here in between these. So I think that's good. Alright. And now I'm going to leave it at that for now. For this building, we just have the last one over here at this left side. So for this last townhouse, it's pretty much made up of deep slate and stone. So make sure to grab some deep slate tiles, deep slate tile stairs, and deep slate tile slabs, some cracked stone bricks, andesite, diorite wall, white stained glass panes, dark oak fences, some cyan terracotta, some moss blocks, vines, and then stone bricks, polished andesite, stone brick stairs, and polished andesite stairs. We're going to start with the deep slate tiles, and we're going to bring up a pillar of 26, so it's going to be right on the edge of the plot size here. It's going to be lined up where all the other pillars are. So it'll be right here, so a pillar of 26. So it'll be like that, a little bit shorter than the other ones. And now here at the bottom, for the foundation, I'll go ahead and do the same thing as the others. I'll just grab some stone bricks, and I'll completely fill it in. So it's going to be one block further back from the edge of this pillar. So from the corner of it right here, just bring a strip straight across from one side to the other, add an extra layer on top. And now, I have the cracked stone bricks and the andesite, which are the main blocks we're going to be using for the walls. So I'll just go ahead and completely fill it all in with the cracked stone bricks first. And we want to make sure to leave, I believe, 2 extra layers at the top, which is going to be filled in with that cyan terracotta. So 2 extra layers right there. We'll go ahead and bring this all the way up. So it's like that. And now here at the top, we'll go ahead and fill it in with the cyan terracotta. And now all the rest of the space where you see the cracked stone bricks, we're going to then go back with the andesite, cut out random holes, and fill it in so it adds a bit more extra texture. So this is what we have so far. Let's go ahead and do the actual foundation now. So I'll just move all of this out of the way, and I'll grab the stairs. We're going to need the polished andesite and 1 stone brick. Actually, you know what? We don't need the stone brick because we already have it here. So over here at the right side, we'll go ahead and just replace 1 block with the polished. And there we go. We don't need that anymore. Now all of the other space is going to be with our stairs. So just like we've done for the previous 2 townhouses, we have the section of 6. And then we have the section of 8. And then we have the other section of 6. And there we go. Up here at the top, we actually have to bring this down 1 more space with the cyan terracotta. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of this layer here. It's just going to be shifted down 1 block like that. So now, make sure you have your deep slate tile stairs and slabs, and we're going to start doing the overhang for the roof. So the same design we've done everywhere else. So we have every other block with the upside down stair. So just make sure you're here at the top layer of the terracotta, so you're just 1 block below where that pillar is. And then every other space will be the slabs. And then we could go ahead, lined up where this pillar is, and add the upside down stairs here. And now on top of that, we'll go ahead and have the extra layer of slabs. So now all of that is marked out. All we have left to do here at the front is the door and all the windows. But first, let's go to the sides. We'll go ahead and completely fill in the rest of our walls. You can use whichever block you want. And I think I'm just going to use the andesite and completely fill it all in. So I'll just start down here at the bottom, push this all the way back. So you can see we're right on top of the edge of the plot size. We're going to go all the way back until we're lined up with everything else. Work this in. Fill all this in. And now you can just bring this all the way up until you're left with... Okay, it's going to be brought all the way up here till you're at the same height as where this terracotta is. So you could just fill all of it in. Alright, so I brought it all the way up till you're at the top layer of where that terracotta is. Now you could grab your deep slate tiles and completely fill the top layer in, so this will be the roof of the building. So it'll just be one more extra layer on top of all of this andesite. And now you can see it could just fill all of the rest of it in on that same layer. And there we go. So that's all looking good. So now the final thing we have left to do for this final townhouse is the front wall here. So all of the windows and the doorway. So let's go ahead and get onto that next. So we're going to be using the deep slate tile blocks, stairs, and slabs again. And then we need the diorite wall, the white stained glass panes, dark oak fence, the moss blocks, and the vines. So we'll start with the front door. We're going to leave one space away from the foundation, and then 2 spaces away from where that pillar is. So we're going to be on this block here. Carve out 6. We'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and carve out the extra 2 layers there. We'll have upside down deep slate stairs. And then let's go ahead and have the white stained glass panes, just 3 on that side. Curve out the bottom and at the top. Have the dark oak fence. And then let's go ahead and replace this block and this block with a deep slate tile. And then we'll have an upside down one in front of each one of those full blocks. We'll have 2 more upside down there. And then a sideways one on each end. And then we'll go ahead and add a slab on the top. Like that. And now we have a little bit of a different window here for the first floor of the house. It's like a big one, like 2 that are side by side, but it kind of forms into one big window. And then we're going to have the individual windows for the rest. So let's go ahead and focus on that next. So we have the deep slate tiles. We're going to leave 2 spaces from the left edge of this doorway and 2 spaces away from the edge of the foundation. So we're going to carve out 3 right there. And then let's go ahead and do another 2 rows of 3. So we're going to have the deep slate tiles right there. We're going to have another 3 here. So we have a total of 6 spaces here for the window. And then we'll go ahead and carve out another 6 here. So we have this window. And then another 3, which will be filled in with the deep slate tiles. So now you can see what I mean. It's pretty much like one big window, but it's like kind of like 2 just side by side. Now, let's mark out where all the individual windows are. So we're just going to skip over 4 spaces from where we just placed this deep slate. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to be on this 5th block. We're going to carve out another 3. And then we'll go ahead and do an extra 2 spaces after that. And then we'll go ahead and skip over the 1 space, have another window here. Skip over 1 more space and have another window. And then we have the deep slate on each side. And now we just want to do the same thing for the 3rd floor. So it's looking like this. Now let's add everything else around the edge of all the windows. So we'll start here at the bottom. We're going to have a deep slate tile slab underneath these full blocks on each side. And then the rest of it will be some deep slate tile stairs. And then we'll go ahead and go to the top, right above it. We'll go ahead and have 2 upside down above each window like that. We'll have a full block right here in the middle. We'll have a stair on its side on each end. And then we'll go ahead and have a layer of slabs on top. And now, grab your diorite wall. We'll fill in 3 on each side. And then the 3 down the middle. And now we have the deep slate tiles. We have to replace these 2 spaces, as well as right here, and here at the top. Now for the rest of the windows, we're going to go ahead and curve together 3 upside down stairs like this at the bottom. At the top, we're just going to have one facing up like that, and then a slab on each end. And then we'll go ahead and replace the full block here at the bottom and at the top. And then we could go ahead and do the 3 diorite walls on each side. So we'll do that for the rest of the windows. And now let's grab the white stained glass paints and fill in all of the other space. And there we go, that's looking good. Now the final thing I want to do is just add a little bit of extra texture with the moss blocks and the vines, similar to how we did the bushes. It just looks like there's something growing on the side of the building. So let's go ahead and use the moss blocks first, and we'll just replace some of the spaces just here and there. Alright, so I think that's good. And now I'm going to be using the vines. I'm just going to add these. The only thing about the vines is they grow over time. So if I were to look at the original build, I did not originally place this many. You can see how it's also starting to go over to the other building. So that's the only issue with the vines. They just grow automatically, but I'm just going to add them anyway. I just wish there was a way to prevent them from growing. I did try to go into my settings and see if there was a way, but I couldn't really figure it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and add these where I think they should be. They are going to end up growing over time, but I guess it's no big deal. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. But anyway, I am going to leave it at that here for part 1. So we have the main exterior for each townhouse laid out, looking good. We just have to do the front yard for each one and the staircase going up to the front door. So in part 2, we'll be sure to do that, and I also should have time to do the entire interior layout for probably just one of the townhouses, and then in part 3, we'll probably do the rest of the interior layout for the other 2, and then after that, we'll continue on to all of the furnishings. But anyway, here for part 1, we're going to leave it at that for now. Alright guys, that's going to be it here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build some townhouses. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2.